No oxygen breaks. Dum da dum 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 ba dum. Steel lungs. Dum da dum 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 ba. Online. Dum da dum 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 ba dum. Iron lung rhythm. 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 Iron lung rhythm when the kick drum crack. Riff like metal in the jet black track. Back to back bars like a train on rails. Inhale steel when the tempo derail. No slow pace when the snare attack. Attack that stack when the speaker smack. Mac 10 cadence in the drum line pack. Pack that pressure in the chest plate rack. Rapid fire syllables welding the beat. Heat in the lungs when the hi-hats meet. Street light flicker with the militant heat. Fleet of the feet but the breath elite. But beat get beat when the cadence spin. Spin that spin when the storms begin. Win that win where the kings all grin. Iron lungs never caving in. Breath stay locked like a piston machine. Clean routine in the rhythm regime. Steam from the chest when the bars convene. Mean 16 with the turbine scream. Hammer the hammer in industrial rhyme. Climb that climb in the pressure design. Line by line with the metallic shine. Spine of steel in the breathless time. Iron lung rhythm. Breathe that steel. Feel that deal when the bass line peel. Real to the core when the speakers squeal. Iron lung king. Never kneel. Iron lung rhythm. Air on fire. Wire the choir with the metal supplier. Higher and higher the bars get higher. Iron lung throne. Yeah, never tire. Hydraulic lungs with the thunder inhale. Rail through the verse like a runaway rail. Fail no trail when the rhythms prevail. Scale that gale with the steel exhale. Syllables spark like sparks in the forge. Gorge on the beat with the militant gorge. Torque that force with the sonic discharge. Charge that bar like a metal barrage. Breath control locked in the vice grip chest. Test that quest when the drums compress. Press that stress till the rivals regress. Best of the best but the rep relentless. Engine of energy under the ribs. Ribs all buzz when the subwoofer hits. Hits after hits like a turbine blitz. Iron lung flow that never quits. Breath never break though the tempo variable. Variable of rhythm and iron a parable. Perilous pace but the lungs imperial. Serial miracle breath material. Iron lung rhythm in overdrive mode. Load that code till the speakers explode. Road so long but the lungs reload. Iron lung legend overload.
Temperature dropping. Ice in the lungs. Sub-zero mode. Sub-zero mode. Sub-zero flow, stay frost in the vein. Brain so cold, make the flame feel tame. Game get froze when the bars get aimed. Frame by frame, I engrave my name. Arctic breath when the baseline drop. Shock that block, make the whole street stop. Top of the crop when the tempo pop. Non-stop grind when the rivals flop. Rapid fire rhythm like ice blade slash. Dash that flash when the snares all clash. Cash that stash in the jet black stash. Smash that glass when the speakers crash. Cold front flow when the syllables spin. Spin that win when the drums kick in. Win that win where the kings begin. Begin again with a frozen grin. Breath still tight but the pace go ballistic. Glacial cadence linguistically vicious. Frigid precision, the rhythm sadistic. Fizz if the lapse when sentences hit this. Blizzard of bars in the midnight drift. Shift that riff and the baseline shift. Gift that script like a frostbite gift. Lift that cliff for the polar lift. Sub-zero flow, stay freeze that lane. Ice cold bars in a hurricane brain. No restraint when the kings maintain. Sub-zero thrown in the frost domain. Sub-zero flow, stay chilled and strike. Spike that mic like an icicle spike. Night ignite when the sub-saw spike. Sub-zero king in the frozen mic. Polar pressure in the predator pace. Race that trace with a glacier grace. Face that space with a stainless space. Erase that place when the rhymes are raised. Syllables slicing like win or win. Thin ice grin when the storms begin. Spin that spin with the crowns cave in. I'm king of the cold with a frost set in. Cryogenic cadence, cracking the calm. Bomb that bomb with a subsonic bomb. Palm that palm with a strong, stay strong. Long to the flow that the cold belongs. Stormborn voice in a frozen dome. Roam that zone where the cold kings roam. Chrome tone throne in a sub-zero home. Known worldwide but a standalone. Bridge never break through the tempo extreme. Beam of the scheme in the frost regime. Dream so supreme in the baseline dream. Gleam so clean in a polar gleam. Ice age rage in the microphone storm. Form that swarm when the beast transform. Sub-zero legend forever reborn. Crown of the cold out way and perform,
Warning signals. Low frequency surge. Doomsday protocol activated.
Yeah, 808 doomsday protocol load. Cold in the bass when the subwoofers explode. Mode overload when the frequencies grow. Glow with the chaos when speakers blow. Low and shock like a seismic strike. Mic ignite when the kick drum spike. Strike that hype in the thunderous strike. Night go bright when the bassline bite. Rapid fire rhythm like fallout rain. Brain on flame in the pressure chain. Chain reaction the snares complain. Reign supreme with the rivals wane. Alarm bell ringing a subsonic wave. Graveyard bass when the speakers cave. Save no slave in the sonic grave. Brave that rave when the kings enslaved. Rest the type of the tempo nuclear. Noodle maneuver the rhythm peculiar. Keep a computer the baseline ruler. Super intruder the flow singular. Trigger the tremor the terror the tone. Thrown back under the crown my own zone. So blown with a cyclone drone. Stone cold king in a baseline zone. 808 doomsday quake that ground. wave surge, make the skyline drown. Crown get found when the bass resound. Doomsday king when the drums go pound. 808 doomsday, shock that room. Boom that boom like a sonic boom. Bloom can zoom when the speakers loom. Doomsday thrown in the bassline doom. Countdown cadence in the meltdown rhyme. Time get bent when the subwoofers climb. Prime time crime in the bassline time. Rhyme by rhyme, I redefine time. Syllables scattered like missiles deployed. Noise so warm, the planet destroyed. Joy of the chaos the kings enjoy. Deploy the road with the drumline roar. Frequency, fury, and militant motion. Ocean of pressure and negative devotion. Pushing the focus inside the commotion. Ocean of kings and the doomsday promotion. Breath ever break through the tempo ballistic. Sonic statistics, linguistically vicious. Apocalyptic, rhythm sadistic. Future-based ballistic. One vertical in a microphone dome. Roam the zone where the kings are roam. Chrome ambition, the doomsday home. Thrown by thought of the crown my own. 808 doomsday fully grown. King of the bassline throne. 808 doomsday blast that sky. High voltage rhythm when the bass ride high. Fly that flag when the weak ones die. Doomsday legend, electrified arch. Electrified arms.
System online. Lights flicker. Shadow circuit kings. Shadow circuit kings. Shadow circuit kings in a blackout grid lit on the chaos with the voltage live while your mind when the baseline died. Drive that high while the wolves survive. Out in the flow when the system ignite. Bite in a cyber fight. Fight that night with a laser sight. Right there, right when I saw that it's bite. Rapid fire rhythm like dead stream. Beam that steam in a neon dream. Dream so clean in a coded regime. Supreme machine with a phantom team. Screen like glow on a midnight hack. Crack that track with a jet black stack. Back to back bars like a cyber attack. Stack that pack to the rivals crack. Rest stay tight with the tempo electric. Hectic, mechanic, linguistically hectic. Static, magnetic, the rhythm kinetic. Synthetic, sentence, aggressive and metric. Network pulses and venomous wave. Brave that ray with a racing slave. Save no slave in a sonic cave. Shadow kings that the darkness crave. Shadow circuit kings, hold that night. Like Steve flow when the bass ignite. Bite that mic in a cyber fight. Circuit kings in the neon light. Shadow circuit kings, rule like grid. Voltage crown when the speaker skid. Did what I did, what the rivals hid. Circuit empire, shadow lit. Binary breath in a happy cadence. Cadence invasive with savage impatience. Station to station to break the equation. Invasion of rhythm through cyber vibrations. Syllables spark like wires that snap. Trap that rap in a motherboard trap. Map that gap when the rivals collapse. Laps of the weak when the circuits adapt. Frequency phantom inside the machine. Screen by screen in a shadow regime. Scheme so supreme in a deadest dream. Beam with the crown and the leaves a gleam. Rap never break through the temple ballistic. Digital diction, linguistically vicious. Shadow statistic, strategic and cryptic. Rhythmic artillery, strictly sadistic. Circuit thrown at a dark old dome. Roam that zone where the kings all roam. Chrome ambition in a server home. Own that tone to the crown my own. Shadow circuit kings fully grown. Rulers of the voltage zone. No.
Temperature dropping. Yeah, ice in the lungs. Sub-zero mode. Yeah. Sub-zero flow state, frost in the vein. Brain so cold, make the flame feel tame. Gang get froze when the bars get aimed. Frame by frame, I engrave my name. Arctic breath when the baseline drop. Shock that block, make the whole street stop. Top of the crop when the tempo pop. Non-stop ground when the rivals flop. Rapid fire rhythm like ice blade slash. Dash that flash when the snares all clash. Cash that stash in a jet black stash. Smash that glass when the speakers crash. Cold front flow when the syllables spin. Spin that wind when the drums kick in. Win that win where the kings begin. Begin again with a frozen grin. Breath still tight but the pace go ballistic. Glacial cadence against deadly vicious. Frigid precision, the rhythm sadistic. Physics collapsing when sentences hit this. Blizzard of bars in the midnight drift. Shift that riff when the baseline shift. Gift that script like a frostbit gift. Lift that cliff with a polar lift. Zero flow state. Freeze that lane. Ice cold bars in a hurricane brain. No restraint when the kings maintain. Sub-zero thrown in a frost domain. Sub-zero state. Shield and strike. Spike that mic like an ISO spike. Night ignite when the subs all spike. Sub-zero king in a frozen mic. Polar pressure in a predator pace. Race that trace with a glacier grace. Face that space with a stainless face. Erase that place when the rhymes erase. Syllables slicing like when I win. Thin ice grin when the storms begin. Spin that spin with the crowns cave in. I'm king of the cold with a frost set in. Create that cadence, cracking the calm. Bomb that bomb with a subsonic bomb. Palm that palm with a strong, stay strong. Long live the flow that the cold belong. Stormborn voice in a frozen dome. Roam that zone where the cold kings roam. Chrome tone thrown in a sub-zero home. Known worldwide but I stand alone. Breath never break through the tempo extreme. Beam with a scheme in a frost regime. Dream so supreme in a baseline dream. Gleam so clean in a polar gleam. Ice age rage in a microphone storm. Form that swarm when the beats transform. Sub-zero legend ever reborn. Crown of the cold I wear and perform. Midnight pulse.
City still awake. Night quarter frequency.
Nightcrawler frequency slide in the street. Creep through the dark with a venomous beat. Beat so deep, make the night sky lean. Lean with the face in a blackout scene. Scene get blurred when the headlights sweep. Deep in the lane where the shadows creep. Keep that pace when the rivals sleep. Reap what I sow when the rhythm go deep. Rapid fire rhythm like claws on steel. Real deal flow with a predator feel. Peel that wheel when the baseline peel. Kneel no king when the wolves reveal. Rest still tight but the tempo rising. Rising to rising with bars surprising. Eyes on the prize in the night disguising. Devising the climb with the mind uprising. Alleyway echoes of venomous phrases. Chasing the pace with 1,000 amazes. Blazing the maze with mechanical cadence. Ravenous rage in the midnight invasion. Station to station I stalk the beat. Heat in the lungs when the hi-hats meet. Street light flicker on restless feet. Elite technique in a night heartbeat. Night quarter frequency proud at night. Sight so sharp when the bass ignite. Bite that mic with a phantom bite. Nightcrawler king in a shadow fight. Night quarter frequency glide and strike. Spike that hype when the speakers spike. Hype so high in the neon light. Nightcrawler throne in the moonlit mic. Midnight motion with a stealth mode flow. Go so low when the subwoofers blow. Flow with the city in undertow. Slow no more when the kings all show. Syllables scatter like sparks in the fog. Jog through the dark with the hunter's monologue. Log that dog when the rebels go rogue. Rogue frequency in a shadowed vogue. Pharaoh momentum and rhythm artillery. Literally drilling the city with energy. Enemy envy the speed of the synergy. Synergy fueling the night. Energy breath never break through the cadence relentless. And instrumentous with venom intense. It sense of suspense when the darkness commences. It dense with defense but I break that fence. Night the rhythm in tireless motion. Ocean of hustle with mind of ocean. Potion of focus inside a commotion. Notion of kings in a pride of promotion. Shadowborn bars in a nocturnal throne. Zone by zone to the crown my own. Nightcrawler frequency fully grown. King of the dark tones.
Midnight Pulse. Storm building. Water rising. Rogue wave empire. Rogue wave empire. Rogue wave empire. Rogue wave empire. Rogue wave empire when the tide get wild. Wild style bars like a storm-born child. Child of the deep with the venomous foul that pile till the crowns compile. Ocean of bass when the kick drum slam. Jam that jam like a tidal jam. Damn break loose when the subs command. Stand no chance when the waves expand. Rapid fire rhythm like thunder and seas. Breeze turn gale when the hi-hats freeze. Freeze that breeze with a baseline squeeze. Knees might drop when the sub go deep. Deep blue pressure in a hurricane brain. Rain that pain in a sonic range. Chain reaction when the snares complain. Reign supreme in the tidal rain. Breath still tight but the cadence tsunami. Sonic calamity rhythm atomic. Oceanic panic the verse is tectonic. Chronic momentum gigantic and sonic. Breaker of beats in a tempest of tone. Throne get grown from a cyclone zone. Zone by zone to the ground my own. Stone cold king in a water throne. Empire. Rise then crash. Splash that bass with a thunderous splash. Flash that clash when the speakers flash. Empire kings in a tidal clash. Empire. Flood that lane. Brain on storm in the tidal brain. No restraint when the kings maintain. Empire throne in a wave domain. Tempo in a vortex spin that wind when the storms begin. Win that wind where the kings dive in. Dive so deep where the tides cave in. Syllables scatter like spray from a crest. Chest like thunder and ocean chest. Test that quest with a title test. Best of the best in a storm unrest. Saltwater rhythm and militant motion. Ocean devotion, iron devotion. Potion of folk inside the commotion. Ocean of kings in a wave promotion. Rip never break through the tempo ballistic. Liquid linguistics ferocious and vicious. Storm chickistic, quadripatic, cryptic. Roman artillery strictly sadistic. Rogue wave empire forever grown. Roam that phone where the kings all roam. Chrome ambition in a sea blue dome. Throne by throne to the crown my own. Rogue empire, oceans rise. Baseline storm in the midnight skies. Fly that flag when the weak capsize. Empire legends, tight or die. Rogue oceans rise. Baseline storm in the midnight skies. Fly that flag when the weak capsize. Empire legends, tight or ties. Title size up. Title size up.
Midnight, skyline, lights flicker, syndicate rising. Black skyline syndicate ruling the night. Lights all dim but the bass ignite. Fight that fight in a high-rise height. Sight on the throne with a predator sight. City so dark but the subwoofers glow. Flow so cold when the undertows blow. Slow no more when the kings all show. Show that glow in the shadow show. Rapid fire rhythm like rooftop rain. Chain that gain in the backstreet lane. Brain so white with a thunder chain. Rain that rain when the rivals wane. Neon reflections and jet black glass. Past that glass when the bars surpass. Mass of the matter when baseline blast. Last one standing when that goes past. Breath stay tight but the cadence volcanic. Sonic mechanics linguistically manic. Panic and rivals the movement titanic. organic empire built up from granite. Alley the tower, the rhythm expanded. Landing the crown with relentless commanding. Standing unbroken while rivals are standing. I'm branding the skyline with thunderous branding. I'm branding the skyline with thunderous branding. Black skyline syndicate rise at night. Height so high when the bass ignite. Right that right in the rooftop fight. Syndicate kings in the neon light. Black skyline syndicate rule that zone. Stone cold bars in the chrome tone throne. Own that tone to the crown full grown. Syndicate empire skyline home. High rise hustle with a predator pace. Race that trace with a stainless face. Space get carved when the bars embrace. Base of the crown in the rooftop base. Syllables scatter like sparks in the rain. Rain on the lane where the speakers gain. Gain that rain with a hurricane brain. Brain that chain in the midnight chain. Skyline shadows with militant motion. Ocean of hustle and I get devotion. Potion of focus inside the commotion. Notion of kings in the skyline promotion. Breath never break through the tempo ballistic. Mystic, statistic, linguistically vicious. Syndicate vision, strategic and cryptic. Rhythm artillery, strictly sadistic. Nightborn bars in a steel blue dome. Roam that zone where the kings all roam. Chrome ambition in the skyline home. Throne by throne to the crown my own. Black skyline syndicate fully grown. King of the towers unknown. Light.
Empty street. Phantom City echoes roam that night. Roam that night, night. Phantom City echoes roam that night. Phantom City echoes. Phantom City echoes running the block. Clock on freeze when the bassline knock. Shock that rock when the speakers rock. Stalk that walk through a midnight fog. Fog in the lungs with the rhythm precise. Ice in the veins with a phantom device. Slice that silence twice with the vice. Price of the crown, but I paid that price. Rather in rhythm like footsteps chase. Trace that pace with a shadow face. Race that space with a ghostly grace. Erase that place when the rhymes erase. Neon reflections and puddles below. Glow of the city when undertones grow. Slow but deadly the syllables flow. Phantom regime with the cold winds blow. Breath stay tight but the cadence haunting. Taunting the rivals with verses daunting. Fronting opponents but never confronting. Hunting the throne of the echoes off flaunting. Alleyway whispers and baseline waves. Graves of the weak with the silence cave. Save no slave in the sonic cave. Phantom kings in the darkness crave. Phantom City echoes roam that night. The lights so dim but the bass ignite. Bite that mic with the phantom bite. Echo kings in a shadow fight. Phantom City echoes glide and fade. Play through the dark like a renegade. Made that lane where the rivals delayed. Echo throne never decay. Midnight motion in spectral rhythm. Rhythm so vivid it split the prism. Vision of kings in a phantom system. Wisdom hidden in sonic wisdom. Syllables scattered like whispers in rain. Rain on the lane when the speakers gain. Gain that rain with the hurricane brain. Brain that chain in a midnight chain. Frequency phantoms inside the dome. Roam that zone where the ghosts are roam. Chrome ambition in the shadow home. Throne by throne to the crown my own. Breath never break though the tempo relentless. Sentence tremendous with venom intense. Sense of suspense when the darkness commence. Dense with defense but I break that fence. City of echoes in tireless motion. Notion of hustle and I get devotion. Potion of focus inside the commotion. Notion of kings and a fan of promotion. Phantom City echoes fully grown. Ruler of the silent tone throne. Oh, Phantom City echoes.
Headlights got the dark. Oh, engine humming, velocity night drive. Engine humming, velocity night drive.
Velocity night drive tearing the lane. Rain on the glass with a turbo brain. Brain so fast like a runaway train. Lane by lane I accelerate rain. Dash on flash when the skyline blur. Spur that curve with a predator swerve. Wordplay sharp like a turbine spur. Serve that verse till the night recur. Rapid fire rhythm like pistons ignite. Light speed bars in the blackout flight. Fight that night with a comet bite. Sight on the throne in the neon sight. Speed of the syllables ripping the air. Glare of the headlights cutting the glare. Rare that stare when the kings compare. Beware who dare when the wolves all tear. Breath still tight but the tempo racing. Pacing the pavement with sentences lacing. Facing the tension the rivals are facing. Chasing the throne I'm already chasing. Tack from mid to red when the baseline kick. Quick shift flow when the hi-hats tick. Slick night drift with a venomous grip. Grip that mic with a nitro grip.
Velocity night drive, blur that street. Heat that beat when the engines meet. Fleet of the feet with a baseline beat. Velocity king in the midnight sea. Velocity night drive, flash and fade. Blade through the dark like a renegade. Made that lane when the rivals delayed. Velocity throne never decay.
Midnight motor with a chrome black roar. More and more when the subwoofers pour. Floor that torque in a baseline war. Roar of the tires when the engines soar. Syllables spiral like wheels and spin. Grin that grin when the storms begin. Win that win where the kings cave in. I'm king of the lane where the lights go dim. Street light flickering high speed rhythm. Venomous vision and turbo precision. Decision collision the cadence incision. Ignition ambition and sonic transmission. Breath never break through the tempo extreme. Beam of the scheme and erase a regime. Dream Reign so supreme in the baseline dream. Gleam of the chrome in the midnight gleam. Night drive legend with a fearless tone. Zone by zone till the crown my own. Stone cold throne in the microphone zone. Velocity night drive fully grown.
Velocity night drive. Race that sky. High speed heat when the bass ride high. Fly that flag when the weak ones fly. Velocity legend never die. Velocity night drive. Race that sky. High speed heat when the bass ride high. Fly that flag when the weak ones fly. Velocity legend never die. Velocity legend never die. Yeah. Velocity legend never die. Yeah.
Engines charge. Warp speed incoming. Hyperdrive baseline. Hyperdrive baseline, bit into space. Race through the beat with a turbine pace. Face that chase with a fearless face. Erase that place when the rhythms erase. Warp speed bars when the kick drum slam. Jam that jam in a sonic jam. Plan that plan when the kings expand. Stand no chance when the subs command. Rapid fire rhythm like rockets ignite. Light years flight when the snares ignite. Fight that night with a comet bite. Sight so bright when the bass take flight. Flight of the syllables ripping the sky. Fly that cry when the speakers fly. High speed heat when the temples collide. Ride that tide where the legends ride. Breast stay tight but the cadence galactic. Tactics dramatic, linguistically frantic. Static, ecstatic, the rhythm volcanic. Sonic mechanics completely gigantic. Cosmic momentum in every line. Line by line I redefine time. Prime time shine in a starborn rhyme. Climb that climb to a throne sublime. Hyperdrive's baseline. Warp that lane. Brain on flame in a stellar brain. No restraint when the kings maintain. Hyperdrive throne in a cosmic domain. Hyperdrive's baseline. Stars collide. Ride that tide with a meteor glide. Pride aside with the flow worldwide. Hyperdrive king in a stellar ride. Nebula breath in a hyper rush. Crush that hush when the snares combust. Dust to dust when the bass erupt. Trust that thrust when the subs erupt. Syllables spiral like galaxy spin. Spin that spin when the storms begin. Win that win where the crowns cave in. I'm king of the lane where the stars cave in. Full turn flash in a pressure design. Sign that sign in a laser line rhyme. Time gets twisted when I bend that time. Shine so prime in a starborn shine. Breath never break through the tempo extreme. Beam of the scheme in a cosmic regime. Dream so supreme in a baseline dream. Gleam of the crown in a stellar gleam. Hyperdrive rhythm in endless motion. Ocean of hustle and iron devotion. Potion of focus inside the commotion. Notion of kings in a cosmic promotion. Hyperdrive baseline fully grown. Ruler of the galactic throne. Oh.
No oxygen breaks. Steel lungs online. Iron lung rhythm. Yeah.
Iron lung rhythm when the kick drum crack. Breath like metal when the jet black track. Back to back bars like a train on rails. Inhale steel when the tempo derail. No slow pace when the snare attack. Attack that stack when the speakers smack. Mac 10 cadence in the drum line pack. Pack that pressure in the chest plate rack. Rapid fire syllables buzzing the beat. Heat in the lungs when the hi-hats meet. Street light flicker with the militant heat. Fleet of the feet but the breath elite. Beat get beat when the cadence spin. Spin that spin when the storms begin. Win that win where the kings all grin. Iron lungs never caving in. Breath stay locked like a piston machine. Clean routine in the rhythm regime. Steam from the chest when the bars convene. Mean 16 with the turbine scream. Hammer the hammer in industrial rhyme. Climb that climb in the pressure design. Line by line with a metallic shine. Spine of steel in a breathless time. Iron lung rhythm, breathe that steel. Feel that deal when the bassline peel. Real to the core when the speakers squeal. Iron lung king, never kneel. Iron lung rhythm, air on fire. Wire the choir with the metal supplier. Higher and higher, the bars get higher. Iron lung throne, never tire. Hydraulic lungs with a thunder inhale. Rail through the verse like a runaway rail. Fail no trail when the rhythms prevail. Scale that gale with a steel exhale. Syllables spark like sparks in a forge. Gorge on the beat with a militant gorge. Torque that force with a sonic discharge. Charge that bar like a metal barrage. Break control locked in a vice grip chest. Test that quest when the drums compress. Press that stress to the rivals. Regress best of the best but the breath relentless. Engine of energy under the ribs. Ribs all buzz when the subwoofer hits. Hits after hits like a turbine blitz. Iron lung flow that never quits. Breath never break through the tempo. Feral barrel the rhythm in iron apparel. Perilous pace but the lungs imperial. Serial miracle breath material. Iron lung rhythm in overdrive mode. Load that code till the speakers explode. Road so long but the lungs reload. Iron lung legend overload.
Building. Storm building. Building. Water rising. Building. Rogue wave empire.
Rogue wave empire when the tide get wild. Wild style bars like a storm-born child. Child of the deep with the venomous file. File that pile till the crowns compile. Ocean of bass when the kick drum slam. Jam that jam like a tide dance when the waves expand. Rapid fire rhythm like thunder in seas. Breeze turn gale when the hi-hats freeze. Freeze that breeze with the bassline squeeze. Knees might drop when the sub go deep. Deep blue pressure in the hurricane brain. Rain that pain in the sonic rain. Chain reaction when the snares complain. Rain supreme in the tidal rain. Breath still tight but the cadence tsunami. Sonic calamity rhythm atomic. Oceanic panic, the verse is tectonic. Chronic momentum, gigantic and sonic. Breaker of beats in a tempest of tone. Throne get grown from a cyclone zone. Zone by zone to the crown my own. Stone cold king in the water throne. Road wave empire rising crash. Splash that bass with the thunderous splash. Flash that clash when the speakers flash. Empire kings in the tidal clash. Road wave empire flood that lane. Brain on storm in the tidal brain. No restraint when the kings maintain. Empire throne in the wave domain. Tempest tempo when the vortex spin. Spin that wind when the storms begin. Win that wind where the kings dive in. Dive so deep where the tides cave in. Syllables scatter like spray from a crest. Chest like thunder in ocean chest. Quest that quest with the tidal test. Best of the best in a storm unrest. Saltwater rhythm and militant motion. Ocean of ocean with iron devotion. Potion of focus inside the commotion. Notion of kings in a wave promotion. Breath never break though the tempo ballistic. Liquid linguistics ferocious and vicious. Storm statistics strategic and cryptic. Rhythmic artillery strictly sadistic. Road wave empire ever grown. Roam that phone where the kings all roam. Chrome ambition in a sea blue dome. Throne by throne till the crown my own. Road wave empire oceans rise. Baseline storm in the midnight skies. Fly that flag when the weak capsize. Empire legend tidal size. Tidal size. Tidal size. Empty streets, footsteps in the fog, Phantom City echoes. Phantom City echoes, running the block, clock on freeze when the bassline knock. Shock that rock when the speakers rock. Stalk that walk through a midnight fog. Fog in the lungs but the rhythm precise. Ice in the veins with a phantom device. Slice that silence twice with a vice. Praise to the crown but I pay that price. Rapid fire rhythm like footsteps chase. Trace that pace with a shadow face. Race that space with a ghostly grace. Erase that place when the rhymes erase. Neon reflections in puddles below. Glow of the city when undertones grow. Slow but deadly the syllables flow. Phantom regime where the cold winds blow. Breath stay tight but the cadence haunting. Taunting the rivals with verses daunting. Fronting opponents but never confronting. Hunting the throne that the echoes are flaunting. Alleyway whispers and baseline waves. Graves of the weak where the silence cave. Save no slave in the sonic cave. Phantom kings of the darkness crave. Phantom City echoes roam that night. Light so dim but the bass ignite. Bite that mic with a phantom bite. Echo kings in the shadow fight. Phantom City echoes glide and fade. Blade through the dark like a renegade. Made that lane where the rebels delayed. Echo throne never midnight motion and spectral rhythm. Rhythm so vivid it split the prism. Vision of kings in a phantom system. Wisdom hidden in sonic wisdom. Syllables scatter like whispers and rain. Rain on the lane when I speak break the strain. Free to see phantoms inside the dome. Roam that zone where the ghosts all roam. Chrome ambition in the shadow home. Throne by throne to the crown my own. Breath never break through the tempo. Relentless sentence tremendous within them intense. Sense of suspense when the darkness commence. Dense with defense but I break that fence. City of echoes in tireless motion. Ocean of hustle and iron devotion. Potion of focus inside the commotion. Notion of kings in a phantom promotion. Phantom City echoes fully grown. Ruler of the silent tone throne.
Warning signals. Low frequency surge. Doomsday protocol activated.
808 doomsday protocol load. Code on the bass when the subwoofers explode. More overload when the frequencies grow. Glow with the chaos when speakers blow. Low end shock like a seismic strike. Mic ignite when the kick drum spike. Strike that hype in the thunderous strike. Night go bright when the bassline bite. Rapid fire rhythm like fallout rain. Brain on flame and the pressure chain. Chain reaction when the snares complain. Reign supreme when the rivals wane. Alarm bell ringing in a subsonic wave. Graveyard bass when the speakers cave. Save no slave in a sonic grave. Brave that rave when the king's enslaved. Breath still tight but the tempo nuclear. Brutal maneuver the rhythm peculiar. Future computer the baseline ruler. Super intruder the flow singular. Trigger the tremor the terror the tone. Throne by throne to the crown my own. Zone so blown with the cyclone drone. Stone cold king in the baseline zone. 808 doomsday quake that ground. Sound wave surge make the skyline drown. Crown get found when the bass resound. Doomsday king when the drums go pound. 808 doomsday shock that room. Boom that boom like a sonic boom. Gloom consume when the speakers loom. Doomsday throne in the baseline doom. Countdown cadence in a meltdown rhyme. Time get bent when the subwoofers climb. Prime time crime in the baseline time. Rhyme by rhyme I redefine time. Syllables scatter like missiles deploy. Noise so raw make the planets destroy. Joy of the chaos the kings enjoy. Deploy that roar with the drumline roar. Frequency fury and militant motion. Notion of pressure and iron devotion. Potion of focus inside the commotion. Notion of kings in the doomsday promotion. Breath never break through the tempo ballistic. Sonic statistics linguistically vicious. Apocalyptic rhythm sadistic. Futuristic bass ballistic. Doom protocol in the microphone dome. Roam that zone where the kings are roam. Chrome ambition in the doomsday home. Throne by throne to the crown my own. 808 doomsday fully grown. King of the baseline throne. 808 doomsday blast that sky. High voltage rhythm when the bass ride high. Fly that flag when the weak ones die. Doomsday legend electrify.
Engine struts, warp speed incoming. Hyperdrive baseline bending the space. Race through the beat with a turbine pace. Face that chase with a fearless face. Erase that place when the rhythms erase. Warp speed bars when the kick drum slam. Jam that jam in a sonic jam. Plan that plan when the kings expand. Stand no chance when the subs command. Fire rhythm like rockets ignite. Light years flight when the snares ignite. Fight that night with a comet bite. Sight so bright when the bass take flight. Flight of the syllables ripping the sky. Fly that cry when the speakers fly. High speed heat when the temples collide. Ride that tide where the legends ride. Breath stay tight but the cadence galactic. Tactics dramatic, linguistically frantic. Static, ecstatic, the rhythm volcanic. Sonic mechanics completely gigantic. Cosmic momentum in every line. Line by line I redefine time. Prime time shine in a starborn rhyme. Climb that climb to a throne sublime. Hyperdrive baseline. Warp that lane. Brain on flame in a stellar brain. No restraint when the kings maintain. Hyperdrive throne in a cosmic domain. Hyperdrive baseline. Stars collide. Ride that tide with a meteor glide. Pride aside with the flow worldwide. Hyperdrive king in a stellar ride. Nebula breath in a hyper rush. Crush that hush when the snares combust. Dust to dust when the bass erupt. Trust that thrust when the subs erupt. Syllable spiral like galaxy spin. Spin that spin when the storms begin. Win that win where the crowns cave in. I'm king of the lane where the stars cave in. Photon flash in a pressure design. Sign that sign in a laser line rhyme. Time get twisted when I bend that time. Shine so prime in the starborn shine. Breath never break though the tempo extreme. Beam of the scheme in the cosmic regime. Dream so supreme in the baseline dream. Gleam of the crown in the stellar gleam. Hyperdrive rhythm in endless motion. Ocean of hustle and iron devotion. Potion of focus inside the commotion. Notion of kings in the cosmic promotion. Hyperdrive baseline fully grown. Ruler of the galactic throne. Sister online. Lights. Shadow Circuit Kings. Shadow Circuit Kings and I'm black, I'm brilliant on the chaos from the OK's loud. I pride on mine when the baseline dives. Drive that high but it will survive. Cold in the flow when the system at night. Bite in the cyber fight. Fight that night when the laser sight. Right there, right when the circuits bite. Rip a hair rhythm like that is stream. Beam that scheme in the neon dream. Dream so clean in a code, the regime supreme machine with a phantom team. Screen light glow on a midnight hack. Crack that track with a get back, stack back to the back bars like a cyber attack. Stack that back to the rivals crack. Wrist stay tight with the silver electric. Hectic, mechanic, linguistically hectic, static, magnetic, the rhythm frenetic, synthetic. Sending the grace of the metric network pulses and venomous waves. Rave that rave with a bass and slave. Signal slave in a solid cave. Shadow kings of the darkest grave. Shadow Circuit Kings, cold at night. Like street flow when the veins ignite. Bite that mic in the cyber fight. Circuit Kings of the neon. Shadow Circuit Kings, rule that grid. Voltage crown when the speakers skid. Did what I did what the rivals kids. Shadowed, lid. Binary weapon, I had a cadence. Cadence invasive with sevens and patience. Station to station, I break the creations. Invasion of rhythm through subtle vibrations. So the rules spark like bars that snap. Trap that rap in the monogon trap. Map that gap when the bobs collapse. Laps of the weak when the circuits adapt. Frequency phantom inside the machine. Scream by scream in the shattering sheens. Themes are supreme in the ghetto scheme dream. Beam with a tile and a laser gleam. Breath never break, never time for ballistic. Digital bitch and a vistic, you vicious. Shabba statistic, divigic, encrypted. Rhythmic artillery, stopping statistics. Circuit, roll in the dark hole dome. Bone that zone where the king's on roam. Clone ambition in a server home. Own that tone to the crown my own. Shadow Circuit Kings. Rollers of the voltage zone.
Velocity Night Drive. Yeah. Velocity night drive, tearing the lane. Rain on the glass with a turbo brain. Brain so fast like a runaway train. Lane by lane, I accelerate rain. Dash on flash when the skyline blur. Spur that curve with a predator swerve. Wordplay sharp like a turbine spur. Serve that verse till the night recur. Rapid fire rhythm like Pistons night. Light speed bars in a blackout flight. Fight that night with a comet bite. Sight on the throne in a neon sight. Speed of the syllables rip in the air. Glare of the headlights cut in the glare. Rare that stare when the kings compare. Beware who dare when the wolves all tear. Breath still tight but the tempo racing. Pacing the pavement with sentences lacing. Facing the tension the rivals are facing. Chasing the throne I'm already chasing. Deck 'em in the red when the bassline kick. Quick shift flow when the hi-hats tick. Slick night drift with a venomous grip. Grip that mic with a nitro grip. Velocity night drive. Blur that street. Beat that beat when the engines meet. Fleet to the feet with the bassline beat. Velocity king in the midnight seat. Velocity night drive. Flashed and fade. Blade through the dark like a renegade. Made that lane when the rivals delayed. Velocity throne never decay. Midnight motor with a chrome black roar. More and more when the subwoofers pour. Floor that torque in the baseline war. Roar of the tires when the engine soar. Syllables spiral like wheels and spin. Grin that grin when the storms begin. Win that win with the kings cave in. I'm king of the lane where the lights go dim. Street light flickering, high speed rhythm. Venomous vision and turbo precision. Decision collision, the cadence incision. Ignition, ambition in sonic transmission. Breath never break through the tempo extreme. Beam of the scheme in the racer regime. Dream so supreme in the baseline dream. Gleam of the chrome in the midnight gleam. Night drive legend with a fearless tone. Zone by zone till the crown my own. Stone cold throne in the microphone zone. Velocity night drive fully grown. Velocity night drive, race that sky. High speed heat when the bass ride high. Fly that flag when the weak ones fly. Velocity legend, never die. Velocity light drive, race that sky. High speed heat when the bass ride high. Fly that flag when the weak ones fly. Velocity legend, never die. Midnight skyline. Lights flicker. Syndicate rising. Syndicate rising. Black skyline syndicate ruling the night. Lights all dim but the bass ignite. Fight that fight in a high-rise height. Sight on the throne with a predator sight. City so dark but the subwoofers glow. Flow so cold when the undertows blow. Slow no more when the kings all show. Show that glow when the shadows show. Rapid fire rhythm like rooftop rain. Chain that gain in a backstreet lane. Brain so wired with a thunder chain. Rain that rain when the rivals wane. Neon reflections on jet black glass. Past that class when the bars surpass. Master the matter when baseline blast. Last one standing when echoes pass. Wrist stay tight but the cadence volcanic. Sonic mechanics linguistically manic. Panicking rivals the movement titanic. Organic empire built up from granite. Alley to tower the rhythm expanding. Landing the crown with relentless commanding. Standing unbroken while rivals are standing. I'm branding the skyline with thunderous branding. Black skyline syndicate rise at night. Height so high when the bass ignite. Bright that bright in the rooftop fight. Syndicate kings in the neon light. Black skyline syndicate rule that zone. Stone cold bars in a chrome tone throne. Own that tone to the crown full grown. Syndicate empire skyline home. High rise hustle with a predator pace. Race that trace with a stainless face. Space get carved when the bars embrace. Base of the crown in a rooftop base. Syllables scatter like sparks in the rain. Rain on the lane when the speakers gain. Gain that brain with a hurricane brain. Brain that chain in the midnight chain. Skyline shadows with militant motion. Ocean of hustle and night and devotion. Potion of focus inside the commotion. Notion of kings in the skyline promotion. Breath never break though the tempo ballistic. Mystic statistic linguistically vicious. Syndicate vision strategic encrypted. Rhythmic artillery strictly sadistic. Nightborn bars in a steel blue dome. Roam that zone where the kings all roam. Chrome ambition in the skyline home. Throne by throne to the crown my own. Black skyline syndicate fully grown. King of the towers unknown. Yeah, low, low. King of the towers unknown. Night pulse. City still awake. Night crawler frequency. Yeah. Nightcrawler frequency slide in the street. Creep through the dark with a venomous beat. Beat so deep, make the night sky lean. Lean with the bass in the blackout scene. Scene get blurred when the headlights sweep. Deep in the lane when the shadows creep. Keep that pace when the rivals sleep. Reap with the soul when the rhythm go deep. Rapid fire rhythm like claws on steel. Real deal flow with a predator feel. Peel that wheel when the baseline peel. Kneel no king when the wolf reveal. Breath still tight but the tempo rising. Rising the rising with bars surprising. Eyes on the prize in the night disguising. Devising the climb with the mind uprising. Alleyway echoes of venomous phrases. Chasing the pace with 1,000 amazes. Blazing the maze with mechanical cadence. Revving is raging a midnight invasion. Station to station I stalk the beat. Heat in the lungs when the hi-hats meet. Street light flicker on restless feet. Elite technique in a night heartbeat. Nightcrawler frequency. Proud at night. Sight so sharp when the bass ignite. Bite that mic with a phantom bite. Nightcrawler king in a shadow fight. Yeah.
frequency. Glide and strike, spike that high when the speakers spike. Hype so high in the neon light. Nightcrawler thrown in a moonlit mic.
Midnight motion with a stealth mode flow. Go so low when the subwoofers blow. Glow with the city in undertow. So no more when the kings all show. Syllables scatter like sparks in the fog. Jog through the dark with a hunter's monologue. Log that dog when the rebels go rogue. Rogue frequency in the shadow vogue. Pharaoh momentum and rhythm artillery. Literally drilling the city with energy. Enemy envy the speed of the synergy. Synergy fueling the night and adrenaline. Breath never break, the decade is relentless. And instrumentous with venom intense. Sense of suspense when the daughters commence. Dance with defense but I break that fence. Nightcrawler rhythm and tireless motion. Notion of bustle with iron devotion. Pushing the focus inside the commotion. Notion of kings in a prowler promotion. Shadowborn bars in a nocturnal throne. Zone by zone to the crown my own. Nightcrawler frequency fully grown. King of the dark tone zone.
Nightcrawler frequency, proud that night.